Good evening everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new stream of Final Fantasy XIV. Tonight we're gonna finish the main quest up to the point where we need to be level 49, and afterward we're gonna be doing the Aurum Vale dungeon that is open to us at level 47. So, something I hadn't noticed last time is that apparently we got a new ability called Total Eclipse, which is basically an AoE ability. So that should be helpful in the near future, although it doesn't generate enmity quite as much as the other stuff we have, but it'll be helpful nonetheless. So, we were speaking to this guy, Glomant, acting the part. Glomant wants you to practice the part of an Imperial Trooper, because if you recall, we are trying to infiltrate the local Imperial Castrum in order to free Minfilia and the other scions. Clean the wax out of your ears now, because there's something I want you to do by way of preparation. The plan's to have you enter Castrum Centri all decked out in Imperial duds, but the disguise is more than just the clothes you're wearing. You also gotta act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform a convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best you learned it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare to Castrum Centri and watch the Imperials doing what they do. And that is what we're gonna do. Also, we've got a second quest to take care of while we're at it, so let's speak with Sid here. Drowning out the voices, Sid requires your assistance for his rescue preparation. While Glomant goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparations of our own. I wouldn't do for the Imperials to discover that they're short on armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communications jamming device. The explanation is like to get a bit technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices are born upon etheric lightning energy that permeates the air. Now, the ill-sized cluster of corrupted crystals to the west has been observed to amplify the selfsame energy. By making use of this property, we should be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystals among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I'll mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmoids are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. So yeah, they're probably gonna send us in that little place that I told you about last time that was involved in a quest. Or perhaps not, as it turns out it's right outside. How convenient. So anyway, we've got a bunch of corrupted crystals over there, which we'll need to play with. And we'll have to deal with those annoying frogs. I do love that giant Senior Sabutender mount, that's actually pretty cool. So, let's take a few readings for our pal. And plasmoids. Wonderful. We're nearly there. I don't know if you're smelling the end coming of this particular part of the game, but it's coming, alright. The thing I'm worried about is that the two last instances are actually a little different from what we've seen up until now. Among others, we'll have to deal with a few things where there are 8 players around, nothing like the last guild hest that we did. And the fact that I know almost nothing about tanking those particular instances is gonna make things interesting. Most likely I'll have the other guy act as the main tank while I off-tank whatever it is that he misses or need taken care of. We'll see once we get there now, won't we? Or I could just cheat and go as Rain. I could actually do that. Doesn't really matter though, as we'll need to look at the cutscenes afterward, because this one is actually a little special. What it has is that basically it has a lot of story moments throughout the instance. And the thing is, the instance actually starts without you. So when these things happen, well, you just end up standing there while the rest of your party actually completes the instance. So you could end up into a situation where the dungeon is already over by the time you're finished watching the cutscenes, which isn't too great. So, our new ability. Not that great, but it's okay. Is it just me, or did I see it taking a little TP? Yeah, it did. Okay, that was me getting confused here, because Sprint doesn't take TP anymore, and TP is getting, how can I say, done with once Shadowbringer starts. Alrighty. Let's go get those other readings. This place is annoying, I don't like it. I much prefer the Crystal Tower side of this place. Where was that? There was something about that that needed to be done. I don't know if it's a ledge or something. Oh, lovely. I hate these things. We started a little late today, but as it turns out, this probably won't take too long, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So let's see. Let's see if I remember things right. Probably not. Oh. That would be the place, I believe. Yes, that sounds right. And done. We'll be able to report to Sid once we're done, but first we gotta watch a few Imperials performing the Imperial Salute. You'll see that a lot in future content. Although not so much during Shadowbringer, seeing as we're going to another world entirely, so no Garleans there, unfortunately, unless they somehow find a way over there. Which is possible. I could see Yassians messing with what we're doing over there. But that's pretty unlikely. We'll have other stuff to contend with. Among others, the Light Scent, which are apparently that world's equivalent of the Void Scent, with the exception of them being light aspected. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Okay, it's all the way over here. And I'm being pursued by a bunch of Imperials. That's annoying. Alrighty. You've got hostiles. The Decurions, too. Decurions are supposed to be people leading a Decurium, which are basically a troop of 10 people. Or at least that's the way it worked in the Roman Empire, of which the Garlean Empire is somewhat based on. At least their way of doing things with conquered provinces aren't entirely wrong. Although they are far more oppressive, I'm told. The Roman Empire wanted to get themselves into such a state where the conquered populations would eventually wish to join the Empire of their own volition, eventually. But that is beside the point. So there we are. Let's have a look for that salute. Nothing to report, sir. Imperial Sentry. We have received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I shall recommend that patrols be increased. Okay. Ah, that's convincing. Good. Can return to Bordona and turn in. So let's do that. Now then. Sid, you have the readings? Excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. If we must. Yes, 4 of these crystals should suit our purpose, though I pray that we won't have the need of their power. My thanks, Kukumo. That is good. And apparently it seems I bought that scimitar for no reason. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, Lalafels are pretty good. Somebody in the chat is saying that he loves the fact that we're 2 feet shorter than everyone. Hi, nice to see you. So, did you manage to learn the Imperial Salute? No. Best you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into rage and crack skulls. I'll just take your word for it. You have learned the emote, Imperial Salute. So that is done. Wonderful. Oh, this little guy there's got a quest for us. Dress for Conquest. Sark Malark wishes to help you acquire the disguises you need for your rescue mission. You are called Kukumo Lalakumo, yes? I have heard of your plight from my friend Glaumont. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea boat, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate Castrum Centri, you and your comrades must disguise yourselves as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helms. There are places men might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such wares are not the sort of whom you would entrust your secrets. It would be more prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means, from the bodies of the recently deceased owners. The fortified area before Castrum Centri never lacks for Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, 1 for each member of the infiltration team, Biggs, Wedge, and yourself. When you have your what you need, please return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. Great. No other quests in particular to take care of, so let's go slay some Imperials. This area is really nice overall. I mean, not like this particular side of it, but it's actually a nice change from the ever-pervasive deserts of Tanalan, the forest of Gridania, or simply the plains of Limsa Lominsa. And there's the Castrum showing into view. Along with those friggin' frogs. Nah. Probably have been faster to gather them while we were looking for the salute, but they probably didn't want us to attract attention just yet. Alright, there we are. Strange how the uniforms have evolved back in their more recent expansion. We almost never see Imperial soldiers in those kinds of armors. They can even be called that. Looks more like some sort of tunic, I suppose. You can also get pieces of Imperial stuff by slaying units around here. Among others, I've gotten this thing over here, which is the Legendary Visor. Although I'm too low level to wear it right now. What race I am? I am within the game what is called the Lalafell. So this is probably what you would see as the equivalent of gnomes in other games or whatnot. We've also got a bunch of other races, among others the Elysian, who are closer to elves, although being a fair bit taller. We've got some sort of giant race, being the Rogadan. We've also got a number of other things, among others the dragon people, which are the Auras. And we've also got cat people with the Mikotes. Oh. We've got another guy. Wonderful. Alright. Good job, George. And we can get back to Mordona now. Alrighty. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial equipment? I sure did. Damaged, as I had suspected. In their present condition, I fear these uniforms and helms are like to draw suspicion. They must be repaired, if only superficially. Fortunately, I have some skilled artisans among my acquaintances. Please take the uniforms to the Weavers Guild in Ul'dah, and the helms to the Armorers Guild in Limsa-Lominsa. I will send word so that both places know to expect you. Rest assured your mission will be kept in the utmost confidence. Lovely. Not that there are a lot of Imperial sympathizers within the city-state proper, although there are spies and whatnot, which is something we'll learn later. So, it's off to the Weavers Guild through our trusty teleport system. Wonder if they actually gave that work to Redolent Rose. Probably not. Ethelwyn. Ah, you must be the adventurer Kukumo Lalakumo. Welcome, welcome. My lord Sark Malark sent word that you would be along. So, what garments are these that require attention? Those things. Gasp. Oh my! Well, I'm certain that you have your reasons, and I shan't question them. Nor do you need fear that I will spread gossip. My lord Sark Malark is one of our very best clients, though these days I'm told he spends more time roaming the land as an adventurer. Far be it from me to question my lord's tastes, but I struggle to understand why a man of his fabulous wealth would forsake the comforts of his estate and allow for a life of danger and hardship. People like their excitement, I figure. And the repairs are done. I was instructed to prioritize swiftness, and so I did. While I can vouch for the protective capacity of the garments, they certainly look the part, even if I do say so myself. Payment? Never you mind that. Sending my regards to my lord Sark Malark will be payment enough. How convenient. And now it's off to Limsa-Lominsa. To the Armorers Guild. Not a particularly popular destination unless you're a crafting class. So let's see. What was close to there? Okay, by the F castle, I get it. So Hansa, the guildmaster. Kukumo Lalakumo, I have been expecting you. Sark Malark gives me to understand you come on behalf with unusual hounds. Sure do. Oh, somebody forgot to put our clothes on. Yes, very unusual indeed. Though no more outlandish an order than I have come to expect from the merchant prince turned adventurer. Your awkward staring tells me I said something improper. Oh, Sark did not mention his background to you. That was likely his intent, but I suppose there's no help for it now but to tell you the whole story. Sark Malark is the son of a successful Ul'dah merchant. Though still tender in years, he has an eye for profit and has made millions in his own right. So have I actually, 2 million gills. Having achieved thus, he turned his attention toward his true passion, adventuring, and left the management of his fortune to trusted aides. The helms are ready. With a little more time, I could have achieved a far higher quality finish, but I was given to understand that you are in some haste. These should serve your needs well enough. Lest you wonder about payment, Sart Malark has already settled the bill. Do pass along my regards when you next see him. Alrighty then. So back to Mordona. Have you had the uniforms and helms repaired? I sure did. Yes, these will serve beautifully. Both Ethelwyn and Nanza would never fail to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even Elegatus. Thus equipped, you should have no trouble blending in amongst Imperial forces. Lest you fear that the Garleans might detect your foreignness, foreigners in fact form the greater part of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea. You see, when the Empire subjugates new territory, it assimilates the people of that land into its armed forces. In turn, these conscripted forces are sent to subjugate faraway lands. In this way, Garlemald nips rebellion in the bud and expands its territory in one fell strike. With that, my part in your mission is done. I am full glad to have been of assistance to your cause. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard such tale, but believe me when I say that I am but another humble adventurer, one who desires only to act in the best interest of the realm. Ain't that nice? Fooled me twice. Glomont has finally devised a plan to appropriate a suit of Magitech armor. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'll be pleased to hear I have been idle myself. It took me long enough, but I've finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of Magitech armor. Now, from what I've seen, Castrum Centri deploys a Reaper for most of its patrols. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployments, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Revenant's toll. So, hoping to coax the Imperials out of their shell, I took the liberty of feeding them a bit of false intelligence. Tell them insurgents had designs on their stronghold. Ain't far from the truth, now that I come to think of it. Any road, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up until now. When you need to approach one of these patrols, dress up in your shiny tint suits and alert them to the enemy's presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them as near to Revenant Toll as you can, like as not. Though they'll be wary of venturing far beyond their own walls. If they do need a bit of extra encouragement, use this smoke signal here, fresh from an Imperial scout. They'll come running when they see that. And when the cavalry arrives, you aim them hard and make off with their Reaper, simple as that. If I ain't mistaken, there's a patrol sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along, eh? Oh, and don't forget to salute. And so we will. Patrol is actually rather far, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Even give you out to write the emote in chat, which is useful. Ah, damn it. I hate those things. Just trying to get places. We're getting close to that patrol, so time to change, I figure. So, helmet. Imperial thingy. Ah, damn it. Now then, let's do this. This is actually closer to the standard Imperial uniform. Carry on, soldier. Insurgents gathering to the east, you say? Imperial Centurion. Judging by your description, they are well beyond the perimeter, but I will not have it said that I was remiss. You, return to the scene and keep an eye on those insurgents. Should that go alright, use your smoke signal to call us. So we shall. That shiny armor shall be mine. Which isn't too far from the truth. You'll see once we get there. Here we are. They probably want us to go up there, though. Yep. An instant's battle time. Not sure whether I should have just used my armor, but meh. I'll probably be fine even with that. I hope you don't mind my joining. Seeing as we're seizing advanced weaponry, I thought it best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. This is the place, but where is the enemy? Sir, over there! Send in the Reaper. Let us make an example of these insurgents. Righty. Keep hitting the Reaper till it stops moving. Put down all of those foot soldiers, then concentrate on the Reaper. And those things are actually rather powerful. Much more so when you're piloting them as opposed to when the enemy does. Kinda like in Final Fantasy VI, eh? It's actually rather close to the design from art of the original Magitech armors, which is pretty sweet. Oh, reinforcements, eh? There they are. Deal with the Medicus first. But they could just flee to prevent us from seizing it, but then again, they're cocky. Overclock. Ah, that did a trick. Damn it, the armor has gone into overdrive. If you value your life, stay out of its sight. And there we go. We got our armor. We're nearly ready. At last, our very own suit of Magitech armor. Not wishing to look a gift chocobo in the beak, it does seem rather worse for the wear, doesn't it? Higgs, Wedge, what's your honest assessment? Well, there's the fact that she's smoking, of course, but looking past that, I'd say she was structurally sound. I don't like the way these legs are buckled. I hate to say this, but their servo mechanism may be damaged. Eh? But aren't those the things protected by Ilm thick armor plate? They are, yes. It's odd. The casing doesn't seem to have taken the blow. I suspect we're dealing with a faulty part. Well, whatever it is we're dealing with, we're not resting till it's fixed. Not one wink of sleep. You got that, Wedge? Oh, mumbling cart chocobo. I heard that. A hall has been set aside for our use in Revenant's Toll. That's where we'll carry out the repairs. Look for us there, Kukumo. Alrighty. The fastball special. Well, she doesn't seem to be doing too bad. Kinda limpy, perhaps. Righty, let us put our usual armor back on. We won't need this other stuff just yet. And back to Mordona. We'll have a look on our prize. The Magitech armor? Sid and the others took it inside. Go on in and join them. And we shall. What do you think, Kukumo? She's a beauty, isn't she? Ever seen an ironwork engineer at work? Well, you're in for a treat then. Stand back and enjoy the show. We've now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our preliminary diagnosis was correct. She's structurally sound, but her servo mechanism is faulty. You needn't worry though. Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give those two something to mend, and they will think of naught else till the job is done. 'Tis the marvelous thing to behold, provided you remind them to visit the privy. Every little thing she does is Magitech. Sid would have you assist in the repairs of the Magitech armor. The repairs are proceeding apace. It shouldn't be long before Biggs and Wedge complete their work. There is, however, one small problem. As you may recall, the machina's servo mechanism was discovered to be faulty. Wedge has subsequently ascertained that the Magitech core, which drives it, is worn beyond use. Such cores are rather fragile devices, which must be replaced at regular intervals. Thanks to the negligence of our Imperial colleagues, however, the one used in this Reaper was long overdue. Alas, we do not have access to a ready replacement here in Mordona, but all is not lost. Wedge thinks he may have identified an alternative solution. Go and see him, would you? He'll explain the details to you. As I believe the Chief has already informed you, the Magitech core is worn beyond use. We need to find a replacement. I thought about having you appropriate more Reapers, but even if the Thunderhead and maintenance engineers of Castrum Centri had remembered to replace their cores, we would risk arousing Imperial suspicion. But do not despair, for I believe there is a solution, to substitute the Magitech core with a Mammoth's heart. In case you don't know, a Mammoth's heart can be used to grant sentience to an automaton. By my reckoning, such a device should be more than capable of regulating the armor's servo mechanism. We'll just need to make some minor modifications to the housing unit. So you're gonna imbue a war weapon with something that grants it sentience. That doesn't seem like a bad idea. I've already placed an order for a first-rate Mammoth Heart with the Goldsmiths Guild. All that remains is for someone to go to Ul'dah and collect it. Oh, and to pay for it, did I mention how much they cost? No? Well, they typically cost something of the order of, Morbol. I hope you don't mind footing the bill. It's for a good cause. Yeah, the Ironworks keep their purse pretty tight. Or at least Jesse does. Now then, off to the Goldsmith Guild. Probably have to talk to Serendipity about that. Ah, I was correct. Hey, dearie. Hello there. Come collect a mammoth heart, you say? Then you must be here on behalf of Garlean Ironworks. I've taken the liberty of picking the finest example we have, the art fit for a prince among mammoths. Payment? Oh, that won't be necessary. The art is for Master Alphinode's personal use, after all. He notified us a short while ago that his manservant would be coming to collect it. Tender in years though he may be, Master Alphino has been a benefactor of ours since my predecessor's time. The Goldsmiths Guild wouldn't dream of charging him. But here is the mammoth heart. May it serve you well. Oh, and please do pass on my compliments to your master. I don't like the fact that he's calling me his manservant, but oh well. Saves us the trouble, I suppose. Of course that's gonna bite Alphino in the bum later on. Not buying the mammoth heart per se, but spending money frivolously. Want to go in? It hardly needs saying, but try not to be seen. You have the mammoth heart. I can't wait to see if it works. So you weren't sure then. But conveniently it will. Hurrah! Thanks you so much. But this is magnificent. It must have cost an emperor's ransom. Free of charge? Courtesy of Alphino. Coming from an influential family certainly has its advantages. But without further ado, let's give it a try. I've already modified the housing unit, so it should slot right in. There, she's ready. Magitech armor. Engage! Or not. She just needs a loving tap, I'll wager. Well, that did it. Yes, she's alive. Let's take her outside and put her through our paces. Kukumo, would you care to do the honors? I sure would. Now we're playing with power. This is the Ironworks' first major project since my return. I mean to see that it's a success. I've overseen 100 such tests, but they still play hells with my nerves, and that's without the chief watching. Hop into the pilot's seat. We'll begin as soon as you're ready. First, I'd like you to try climbing that tangle of crystals over yonder, as far up as you can go, if you please. Oh, and if for some reason you need to dismount, come back here and we'll start again. Hopefully we won't. So there we go. Simple stuff, basically. Just go over there and walk it through its paces. As far as an all-terrain vehicle go, that's not too bad. No anomalous movements evident from either leg. Good! Next, jump back down and then sprint north as quick as you can. That wasn't the place. Oh. My mistake. Those giant frogs don't seem to care, though. That is good. Leg joints absorbing all impact without incident. Excellent. Please make your way back, Kukumo. I don't think we needed to test it that thoroughly. So long as it can walk, it's good enough, right? torso remains stable during vigorous motion. Excellent. And that concludes our test. Thank you for your cooperation. Here's a summary of my findings. The drivetrain is in sound condition. With some fine-tuning, we can expect a noticeable improvement in performance. As for the servo mechanism, I'm afraid it's not nearly as responsive as it should be, and I'm at a loss to explain why. The mammoth heart is in pristine condition, and should be installed correctly. Perhaps its inner workings are simply too different to operate harmoniously with the armor's other mechanisms. Whereas Magitech cores serves only to conduct impulses, Mammoth's hearts enable automata to process the information collected by their sensors as feelings. Maybe she doesn't just feel like part of the team, in which case we should do our best to make her feel welcome. So that's a big obvious one. Just types -welcome and that'll work. Click. There we go, another instance battle. Well, we'll probably get to play with our new toy. Daft as it felt, I gave it my best. I welcomed myself to a bloody standstill. Well, what were you expecting it to do anyway? Bob us a curtsy? No doubt you're wondering why the servo mechanism is so important as to warrant this silliness. Without it, the pilot will be required to control the armor's every movement manually. This would be an onerous task at the best of times, and wholly impractical during battle. Using a mammoth heart in place of the worn Magitech core seemed a promising solution. Alas, the device does not appear to be compatible with Garlean technology. Wedge, are there no other ways we might demonstrate our appreciation to our friend here? I'm at my wit's ends, Chief. She just doesn't seem convinced. We could try a little dance, perhaps, or cheer our heads off. Imperials, they come for the armor. Damn it, they have us cornered. There's the Reaper. Taken by the traitor Garlean, and is that the Icon Slayer? Oh bollocks. Call for reinforcements. Good luck with that. The hells you will. We've located the stolen Reaper, requesting immediate assistance. Respond! Respond! It's no use, sir. There's some sort of interference. Curse you, Garland! No matter. If we can't reclaim it, destroy it. Oh, this is getting interesting. Bloody hells. Kukumo, protect the armor at all costs. Oh, that's rare. A Garlean officer actually using fist weapons. Aside from Livia and those things guarding the Emperor, that's actually pretty rare. We cannot suffer the enemy to use our weapon against us. Hey you, what do you think you're doing? Keep them away from Maggie. Well, I would. If they'd let me. Hey, you. Stop that. Thankfully, that thing has a lot of health. Alright, you get here. Oh lovely, the Secretary is gaining a ballot. Oh no, she's taking damage! Fortunately, that thing ignores me entirely just to hit that thing. And Biggs and Wedge don't seem particularly useful in this. Alrighty. Yay! Somebody shut it down, now! Chief, look! She moved! And now she deigns to grace us with her presence. Took us a good while, but we're finally ready. It's time to infiltrate Castrum Centri and rescue our comrades. Took long enough. There, the finishing touch. Way to be inconspicuous, Wedge. That's a Garlean ironwork symbol. I'd put a club there if I was you. Alrighty. The servo mechanism is now fully functional, and all it took was a simple fight to do that. Remind me not to install a mammoth heart aboard the Enterprise, would you? Much as I love her, I would rather not be required to profess it before boarding. But enough of that. Let us see to our preparations. Thanks to Biggs and Wedge, the Reaper is as good as new. We're as prepared as we're like to get. Wonderful. Escape from Castrum Centri. Sid awaits confirmation of your readiness to undertake the rescue mission. How go your preparations, Kukumo? We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Glomont, you came. I thought I'd give you all a roaring send-off and something else. Well, we'll do our best. To curse to me for all the help you've afforded us, we know little and less about you. What did the Empire do to earn your ire? Ah, but I fear I've put curiosity before consideration. I quite understand if you'd rather not relive those memories. No, I don't mind, really. Truth be told, part of me was itching to tell you my tale. Mind you, it's hardly novel. I ain't the first to suffer at Imperial hands. Like most folk, I used to have a mother. She was a sweet, caring woman, and with a smile never far from her face. There was a sister, too. Pretty little thing. She was gentle as a lamb, but tough as nails. We were poor folk living simple lives, but we knew happiness just the same. And then the Imperials came and took it all away. When Alamigo fell, they put my family in a camp. Being a lad, I was made to do hard labor, while my mother and sisters were forced to do far worse. They hid their suffering from me as best as they could, but I knew, and the thought of it drove me mad. We had to escape, and so I hatched a plan to get us out of the city. We were picking our way around the gorge, not far outside the walls, when they caught up with us. And rather than allow themselves to be taken again, my mother and sister leapt over the edge before my very eyes. Heartbroken as I was, I didn't put up a fight when Imperials clapped me in chains and dragged me back. 'Twas some years after that I escaped again, and that time I got away. I swore then that I would get revenge on the Empire, and became an adventurer so as to own my skills and earn the coin I needed. But not on 2 decades since have gone by since. What I've achieved? Bugger all, that's what. Not like you lot. You ain't been here 10 minutes and you've already done more than I managed to in 10 years. You give us too much credits, Glomont. We seek only to rescue our friends. Well, what's more important than that? In any road, after you've got your friends back, you're planning on going after the Empire, and don't pretend you ain't. I've helped few folks take on the Imperials over the years, and every time I have, it's helped stave off my appetite for vengeance. But Samat tells me I won't be going hungry for a while, what with everything you've got planned. And you are sure that will satisfy you? If you wish to strike back at the Empire with your own hand, you need only say the word. We should be glad to have you with us. Tempting though your offer is, I'm afraid I must decline. I swore I'd get revenge on the Empire, it is true, but I've long since realized that the front lines are no place for a man like me. Aye, there's some as will call me craven, but I prefer to think of myself as a realist. My talents lie in scheming, you see, not swordsplay. Helping folks like you is how I can make the most difference. But that's quite enough storytelling for one day. Best not keep your friends waiting any longer. I'll be praying for your safety and success. May Ralgur give you strength. So as I surmised, this guy was an Almegan. Wherever the Empire goes, misery invariably follows in its wake. For the sake of all who call Eorzea home, we must put an end to Gaius's ambitions. But first, we have friends to rescue. Biggs, Wedge, and I will lie in wait east of Castrum Centri, just outside the Stronghold's patrol perimeter. Join us when you're ready. Oh, and don't forget to wear your disguise, or this will be the shortest rescue mission in history. Pretty sure after that will lead to the quest where we start getting locked by our current level. So after that we'll be heading to Aurum Vale and finally do that dungeon, eh? We are close to level 48, so I shouldn't have to wait too long before I actually do what needs to be done. Where are they though? Okay, they are over there. I see. This place is too long. They should have had a camp with an meteorite or something. I think that's the problem. They're trying to make meteorites rare, so... spend a lot of time going back and forth to places. It's gotten better, mind you, but not quite as good as it could be. Hey, you. It is one big frog. Alrighty. Something's odd. You had me change my gear, but I don't think I actually changed much. Odd. Here we go. Forgive me for saying so, but you got quite a dashing figure in Imperial black and crimson. Ah, but now is not the time for jests. Aww. Let's review the infiltration plan. Castrum Centri lies just beyond. A short while ago, an Imperial patrol left to do its rounds. Alfino and I will create a diversion out here and keep them occupied for as long as we are able. Meanwhile, the three of you will enter the stronghold, posing as the patrol returning from duty. Should Alfino and I prove less distracting than hoped, I will contact you via Link Pearl. Be ready to beat a hasty retreat. That old fastball special. Somebody had fun there. Wedge will lead the way in the Reaper. Stay close to him. And I hardly need to tell you this, but don't do anything suspicious. Oh, unless you wonder, Ida and Ishtolas left shortly before you arrived. We had planned that they should linger in the vicinity to cover our retreat in the event that Alphino and I attracted too much attention, but the approach of an Imperial vehicle forced us to improvise. Don't be too disappointed. They did at least leave a message for you, something along the line of, "Don't do anything reckless if memory serves." Wise words. Alright, the Imperial Patrol should be returning any moment now. You'd best be off. Good luck, Kukubo. May the 12 keep you. Strange how all the salutes in this game actually involve some sort of leg motion.
You have spirit. That I will allow. Yet you struggle to the benefit of none, least of all, yourself. This echo of yours intrigues us. We desire only to understand it, and for that we need your help. You wish to be rid of the icons, do you not? You would have saved yourself a great deal of torment had you accepted our aid from the beginning. Tell me everything, and I shall end it quickly. Refuse, and though you beg for death, you shall not have it. Which will it be? As you wish, my dear Minfilia. Unpleasant though it will be for all concerned, you leave us no choice but to employ more rigorous methods of study. Be so kind as to deliver the prisoners to Castrum Meridianum.
Yes, milady.
Lovely. Better hurry. Alrighty. Imperial salute. Might as well put that on the bar while we're at it. Getting tired of typing it in. Imperial Courier. Oh, my apologies, I didn't notice you there. So engrossed was I in my task. You'd be engrossed too, had the Tribune has commanded you to arrange for the prisoners to be transported. What prisoners do I speak of? You mean you haven't heard? Only the infamous scions of the Seventh Dawn, captured by the Tribunus herself. If you don't believe me, have a look in the storage tower when you next pass that way. That's a fine salute. Part of the maintenance crew from Occidents, are you? Welcome to Castrum Centri, engineer. What, prisoners? Ah, you've heard the rumors then. Yes, they're being held in a storage tower, but I strongly suggest you pay them no mind. You are summoned here to work, not to gob at Eorzea's defeated heroes. Now, show a bit of enthusiasm, or I'll have you reported. Yes, sir! Greetings, comrade. Forgive me for asking, but you haven't visited the storage tower recently, have you? I only ask because I dropped something in there, and who am I fooling? I've fallen for one of the prisoners, alright? I dare say you know which the one I mean. Eh? The svelte blonde? Goodness, no. It's the Lalafellin lass I'm smitten with. She's so adorable, it hurts. I want to sweep her up in my arms and squeeze her till my arms ache. What do you reckon it will take to convince the Centurion to lend me the keys so I can see her? I wouldn't do that if I were you. But then again, Tutaru is a popular one, I suppose. Centurion. Why are you not at your post? If you have business, salute me before opening your mouth. Ooh, I messed up there. What's this? You need access to the storage tower? What business have you there? Ah, to Tribunus's behest, you say. This is highly irregular, but it would not do to make my lady rot. Take my identification key. See that it is returned when your errand is concluded. And there's Biggs. Security's tight, just as we expected. We're going to need a special key if we want to get past this bulkhead. Yay! You aren't suspicious at all. A rogue had an intul at FL. Especially given the number of heroes in Imperial ranks. Now then, gotta examine the steel door. It's gonna lead us into an instance battle, looks like. No! Infilia and the rest. Thank goodness they're safe. I am the one you want. Leave the others be. If you are my friends, I swear I shall take my own life, and you shall answer to your mistress. Shut up, Princess Peach. Gust, Tutaru, we must do something. We risk letting the entire Castrum know we're here. Aye, you're right. We may not get a better chance. This is the third squadron. What is it? A Reaper? Seized? When? And this came to light only now? Culprits will have left a trail. Take as many men as you need and scour the area. I want that Reaper found. Now's our chance. How convenient that the bulkhead allowed with armor through. What the? Strike my last. Eliminate the intruders. And off we go. Now let's see. Signifier first. You came! Unbind us, Kukubo. Together we may yet win free. If we must. Oh, it's gonna take too long. Thankfully, they're not following the enmity list too much. Come on, you guys. Come on. Ah, forget it. If it doesn't work, we'll start over and that'll be that. Here, I dare say that took long enough. Oh. Well, that probably would just have made things a tiny bit easier. No matter. Emperor, Kukumo, I was so scared! There now. It was foolish of you to come here. You might have been killed. But thank you. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not arrived when you did. I say, did you not see Tancred anywhere? I'm beginning to fear for the fellow. Nope. To linger here shall yield us no answers. Let us away ere the window of our liberty closes shut. What did you say? Escaped? Then recapture them. Fail, and I shall have your head. And what have we here? Oh my. The Tribunus herself, just as you said. You have the eye of an Ahriman, Ida. Well, she's kind of hard to miss in that showy armor of hers. Accursed scions, how did you slip our defenses? With unexpected ease, if truth be told. There chanced to be a commotion outside the Castrum's walls, which allowed us to avail ourselves of the comfort of your vehicle. Ishtola just being polite. That was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever stowed away in. It's no wonder it's called the Phantom Train. No passenger would be seen dead on it. That's a reference to Final Fantasy VI, which is ironic because the Phantom Train is actually one of the bosses in the Omega raid. So you scuttled amidst the fright, like the vermin you are. I shall be sure to have words with our rat-catcher. Such negligence is unforgivable. This is far from your most pressing concern. First, you must answer for your own wrongdoing, Liviasas Junius. 'Twas you who led the raid on the Waking Sands. You who butchered unarmed men and women for the crime of being unworthy of capture. You killed our friends. We'll never forgive you. Nor shall we suffer you to plague Eorzea a day longer. Betake you to your guard. Uh-oh. More intruders! Protect the Tribunus! Confound it! Ida, with me! Heh. Nicely done. After them! Where is His Excellency? In the hangar, my lady, in discussion with our guests. Alert him at once. Yes, my lady. No! 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 There they are! Fan out and surround them! Cowering Lalafels must protect Tauru. Biggs, I'm going in. See everyone's safety. No, Wedge, don't do it! Oh no, Tsukumo, hold them off. I'll look after Minfilia and Tataru. So an Arcanist, a Black Mage, and a Paladin go into a Garlean Castrum. Wonder how that joke ends. Off we go. Deal with the Medicus first. All units to emergency stations. Do not let the prisoners escape. He keeps sending these after us like we're threatened or something. This mineral creation is shielded by energies not its own. Whatever is generating its shield, it must be near. Find it. If I must. There's a 5th chord signifier. Now then, let's destroy this thing. If I'm not mistaken, there's another one. Oh, they say the field is deactivated, so I suppose we could continue. Oh, wonderful. We labor in vain till the beast is divested of its shield. Our blows shall not find their mark. There's one of them. It's unusual to have you do other things during a particular fight. Usually they like to have you involved. Yeah, there's still another one somewhere. Where, though? That's the question. Right here. Alrighty. Just need to take him down now. Now then. Oh lovely, another one. And this time it's a Magitech Colossus. What in the hell's a new design? It's not that new. Have care. Oh, there's an Optio. Can't be having that now, can we? Rather like the design of this thing. We faced a new model during the Gimlet Dark as well. Fairly fun little thing. Oh, an eye for an eye. Thanks, Riage. Alrighty. Duty complete! Lovely. Wanna bet what happens? Ha!
Take
course.
the leader, kill the rest.
Let the Lalafels protect you. Nice going, Y'shtola.
The Y'shtola! Pray, forgive us our delay.
Nice going, dear.
Popolimo, Minfilia.
Ida!
What took you so long?
Of course.
Well, it's nice to see you too.
Ha.
The reunion must wait.
Right. First things first.
Yes, let's get back to being heavily outnumbered.
Uh-oh.
You ditched your Magitech armor. Fool of a Lalafell!
It's a rare event of having Wedge and Big Stall.
Well, excuse me. She's all yours if you think you can do any better.
Well then.
But there's no one in there. This is Sid. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
I need you to count to 5, then jump. Understood?
One, 2,
3.
4.
Of course the mute one doesn't get to speak. Ha. And off we go. Wasn't it predictable or what? And they've seized our Magitech armor, unfortunately. Meh.
I know not which is more pitiful, the charlatans who rule Eorzea, or the masses that clamor for their implausible panaceas. I see that which they cannot. This realm founders for want of a ruler with true power, the power to cast down icons. If you continue to deny this truth, it is the people who will suffer. Embrace reason.
Oh my. That was a close one.
What in the 7 hells?
I'll say.
No. It's here.
12 preserve us. They finished it. Ultima weapon.
So it has a name.
It is a relic of ancient Alag, excavated from its resting place deep beneath Alamigo. The Alagons used it to crush primal and foe alike, and now the Garleans mean to do the same.
Damn you, Gaius! Look! There! Beside the Black Wolf! An Ascian! An overlord, no less. His garb attests to that.
La Habrea. It could only be him.
Oh, time for the big reveal.
Thancred! He was La Habrea? No. No, this cannot be!
Plot twist.
We have to go now! Hang on!
Thancred! No!
This brings back memories. It's been a while.
All that time, the enemy was beside me, and I never even suspected. And to think that it was I who suggested that Thancred investigate the Ascians. How could I have been so blind? Small wonder the enemy knew our every move, and where to find us. Confound it all! No, this is not the time for self-doubt. The Alliance leaders staked their hopes on the Scions, but now they believe us all dead or missing.
You know the funny thing? Is that starting in Talon actually means that Thancred is the one who brought you into the Scion. So this implies that this happened possibly sometime after when the game actually starts. Although if you started at Gridania or Limsa Luminsa, well, you would have been brought in by another Scion. So the impact of that would have been fairly minimal. Although they did have you working with Thancred back in the Ifrit storyline.
When they learn of the Empire's new weapon, we cannot be certain what they will do. We must go and offer them what assurances we can that defeat is not inevitable.
Kryl, this is Minfilia.
The situation may have taken an ill turn.
So forgive me if I seem brusque.
But the battle is far from over. And so long as we stand together,
wonderful.
There shall ever be hope of victory.
I'm sorry to press, but we need it urgently.
The people of Eorzea falter for want of such hope. Let us provide it.
I am in your debt,
Let us bear to them the tidings that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are returned.
Meanwhile, shut up, Minfilia.
Matters are coming to a head. I hope we can count on you.
My regards to Grandfather. I am ready. Let us pay a visit to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
You'll have heard that she mentions Kryl, which was one of the main characters of Final Fantasy V. Of course, this doesn't have quite the same impact now that we know that she was involved back in Heavensward as well as Stormblood. Hell's take the Black Wolf as in his new toy. Rally all available forces. I want them ready to move upon my word. And relay to Slafferson the order to sail. That is all. The Maelstrom stands ready. What of the flames? Ready as we're like to be. I need only give the word to Roy. Redanians are always late. Has there been no word from Ishgard? None. The dragons have got their tongues. Silent to the last. I was unwise to hope for better. What would stir the Archbishop to open his holy mouth if not this? And he claims the fury for his god. 'Tis bad comedy. The Holy See has made its choice. We will proceed without its cooperation. Well then, things are in motion. I believe we are all acquainted with the terms of the Black Wolf's ultimatum. We must agree upon a course of action, not less than the fate of Eorzea hangs upon the decision of this council. Van Belsar claims to wield the power to smite primals. Should we yield to him, he pledges to rid the realm of its false gods, yet offer resistance, and he swears that we shall all share the primal's fate. Pardon me my bluntness, but I like not these choices. This is too great a decision for any one of our nations to make alone. Choose we surrender or resistance, we must answer as one. For if but one surrenders, the rest shall surely fall. Let us pray for the wisdom to do right by all our people. And who am I supposed to talk to? Well, sorry we had to resort to such drastic methods to escape. Things escalated so quickly that Alfino and I saw no other alternative. That wasn't at all how I expected things to play out, but at least we escaped with our lives. What do you think, Kukumo? Was she impressed? Do you think she might consider, you know... Shut up, Wedge. Deep in the desert of my heart, an only flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above to quench my thirst of you. Oh, Kukumo, I hope my singing doesn't bother you. I'm rather fond of this little ditty. It reminds me of home. Once the people of Eorzea learn that the scions of the Seventh Dawn have returned, they will surely rally to our cause. We need only sound a clarion call. Tancred's plight troubles us all, yet we cannot allow anything to come between us and our goal. So long as the ultimate weapon exists, Eorzea will never know peace. Let us go to the Alliance leaders, Kukumo, and help them make the right decision. The Black Wolf's ultimatum. Minfilia is greatly concerned by recent developments concerning the Council of the Alliance leaders. Grim tidings, Kukumo. It seems that word of the ultimate weapon's existence has already reached the Alliance leaders, in the form of an ultimatum. They have gathered in the Fragrant Chamber, and are deliberating their answers even as we speak. Beleaguered as they are, I fear that they may well elect to lay down their arms in the belief that surrender will spare their people untold suffering, yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the Black Wolf offers will doom Eorzea, not deliver it, and the leaders must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them, Kukumo, and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of the consequences. If we must. Oh, I should probably change out of my Garlean outfit, that would be a good idea. Don't want people throwing stones and whatnot. Perfect. Suppose the Ostling Strip's probably the closest. Yep. Well, as close as it's gonna get anyway. Nearly level 48. Between that and Aurum Vale, we should be close to 49, which will allow us to continue next time. Hopefully. The Council of the Alliance Leaders is presently in progress in the Fragrant Chamber. I must ask that you step away from the doors, sir. I'm sorry. You're here on the behalf of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? 1,000 pardons, my lord. Of course you may enter.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again. Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another. I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
Do not blame yourself, Rauban. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same. Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The scions of the Seventh Dawn. Alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Ain't nice to listen to doors.
Minfilia? And 7 hells! Master Garland?
And you, dear friend.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender. But I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garlean's offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly. Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garlean's proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Aye. Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we scions will never give up the fight. And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Rauban?
Sid,
Your words stir, and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender? I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear, and this shall never change. Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire, for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
Derpy face.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Raoban, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it. With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round, on account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down, or go down with all hands. Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
Well, that was easy.
We must needs consider how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts. Pray leave the military matters to us, and retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
Well, that's it. That was a really long cutscene, but we're done, and I think that's pretty much the cutting point from where we need to go. So after that, we'll be headed into the Aurum Vale dungeon. Wonderful. So that leads us back to Limsa Lominsa, which, as it turns out, the quest that we need to pick up is actually right next to the Waking Sands. How wonderful. Now we need to go to the Auker's Alley. Yeah. Sounds like we're gonna finish late with that dungeon, and I've been melting under those lights for a while. But hopefully I'll last until then. There we are, Nedrick Ironheart. Going for gold. Nedrick knows of a place where a skilled adventurer might hone his skills. I can't take 2 steps around this place without hearing Kukumo this or Kukumo that. Why, it's as if you're some kind of goddamn hero. But I jest. Even I can see that you're just hitching to find a new battleground to hone your skills. Fortunately, I know just the place, the Aurum Vale. Head southwest through the central highlands of Cortus and seek out a man named Williminus. Yeah, and tell him that Nedrick sent you. Wonderful. Can actually leave that right there and go straight for Cortus. Ooh. It's been a long day. I'm aching all over. Seeing that I'm actually going from vacations, it seems that all of my... How can I say? All of my exhaustion is coming out all at once. Hopefully that will fix itself in a short order. Aurum Vale is in such a recluse area. It's kinda annoying, really. Could have had some sort of camp here with an Etherite. And here's the thing. The areas may seem humongous at this time, but those from the expansion are even worse. With the exception of maybe the East Shroud. That place is awful. Strange thing is that the zones have gotten bigger, yet despite that, they're actually easier to navigate for the most part. And here we are. Hail, adventurer! Wait, do not tell me. Nedrick sends you. Tell me this, adventurer. Do you know how the Aurum Vale earned its most enticing name? Well, allow me to enlighten you. The cave is rich with sulfur and mithril ore, which, through reactions with the groundwater, combine to exude golden-hued fumes. A beautiful sight, that is, until you realize the damn death clouds are burning your chest from within. If you still wish to take your life in your hands, I'll not be the one that stops you, but do try not to get killed. I've dragged enough corpses out of the Vale to last me a lifetime. That's probably my cue to stop talking. Been 2 hours at this. So let's queue up. And in the meantime, I'll fire up Record Keeper. We've got a nice fight waiting for us. And here we are. So let's have a look. There are also the transcendent ruins that are available right now. I haven't finished all of them, but then again, I have no desire to really do them. Well, I suppose I'll try to get some of the accessories I'm missing. So, the Hound Bites, which will put us against Judge Gabrant, which we've actually seen in the Return to Ivalice raids, recast as the Noah van Gabrant, part of the Garlean Empire. So, starts the battle with haste, use the attacks that blind, renew to remove debuff and fully heal himself, enrage to raise his attack and grant haste. Okay. Not really seeing anything that I should to worry too much about. Namely, my usual win team will be plenty to defeat this guy. Oh. Well, it appeared that won't be necessary. Because RQ has popped. Thank yous. Gotta love him. Alrighty, per usual, we'll have a look at the cutscene once we're done. Now this is gonna be a challenge. This is one of the first tough to tank instance. And one of the few still using the old design from A Realm Reborn. Hiya! Guys ready? Okay. Now I'm gonna have to be careful. This place is filled with these things that aren't too nice. Ah, damn it. Alright, fine. And that is why I hate those frogs. It's also difficult to tab through enemies as things go, so something to be mindful about. Alrighty. So this group now. Let's try to move them if we can. Because I don't want to get those other things bothering us. As I mentioned, it's very easy to get things to pull things that you didn't mean to pull. That is why I'm being extra cautious here. So, let's see. Those things. Don't really like the look of that. Yeah, that's what I've heard would happen. Unfortunate, but not unheard of. Thankfully we'll be done before those other things show up. Well, we got them all. But at least in a proper order, at least. That's better than nothing. Alrighty. First boss. Now about this guy, what he has basically is that there are those Morbol fruits around the arena. And depending on what he does during the fight, and at some point, you'll get a number of debuffs. Now for this guy, when you get up to 2 stacks of the debuff, then you will definitely want to actually eat one of the fruits. If you're having trouble with the fight, you can actually make it so that people within your party know which fruit actually belongs to them. That way they can go to the one they need when the time is right. Like for instance, I think mine would be the one to the right there. If nothing is done, that ninja is gonna have trouble. Come on. Yeah. Come on, hun, get back here. This is what these dungeons are all about now. Me trying to move something and failing to do so. The monk, though, doesn't seem to know that he's supposed to get those fruits. Well, I was too late, unfortunate. Need to take fruit too. Yeah, the healer is out of MP, that's no good. And I'm out of most of my stuff, too. Well, time for a Mega Potion. I hope that's sufficient. Well, you got him. It wasn't the best we could have done, but that's not too bad. Alrighty, so where's the way out? Is that a way? Okay, so we're gonna wait for the monk to come back. So these things, basically you've got those Morbol fruit around here. So those fruits are actually gonna turn into those Morbol seedlings. So pretty much what you want to do is actually destroy the fruits before they actually spawn. So this can make things a little harder for you. Also, you need to pay attention to this gold vine over there, which is basically a standard Morbol mob, which means that it can afflict everybody it touches with its AoE with every single debuff. Oh yeah. People messing with those idle pauses. Now let's try not to get too many at once. Okay, now get those things. Try to deal with those if we can. And position it so that other people don't get caught in the bad breath. Perfect. This can snowball rather easily. Especially when you don't have a lot of people with AoEs. Okay. Next one. This has a chance to award a pet, by the way, which is one of those Morbol seedlings. Okay, this one is a little more difficult. Gotta bring these over here. This again is another room where there are a ton of enemies, which can make it rather deadly. But by going slow, given that there are 3 of us, it's not going too badly. Alright, that's it for the jellyfish. Now, let's see. Perfect. Next one. Spamming holies at this time is rather dangerous. Alrighty. Now then, party. What was that duty? Here it is, not vote abandon. Can't find it, it's in party, I think. Vote dismiss. Okay, she popped lucid dreaming, so she wanna go. Okay, he has been dismissed. Are we looking for new people now? Let's see. Find new members. Oh! Well, good. Just gonna wait for the other guy and we'll be good. So this time we get an actual ninja. So this guy, coin counter. Well, his thing is that depending on what he's gonna do, he's gonna telegraph with by wielding his club in a certain way. By wielding his club with one hand, he's gonna do a particular kind of point-blank AoE, whereas by taking him with two hands, he's gonna do a bigger one. That means that those in melee need to be mindful of their positioning so that they don't get hit by him when he casts one of those. Also, those in the back will actually potentially get targeted with something that will actually make them, how can I say, do a conal gaze AoE. No, that's not right. Do a conal AoE that's gonna paralyze them. So, you know, positioning is fairly important here. $100-ton swipe, he's wielding it with one hand, which means that he's gonna do a frontal one. That's Glower, so he targeted the healer and is attempting to gaze on her and paralyzing her, which he did. Eye of the Beholder, again. So as you can see, that cone is rather big. 100-on swipe, frontal one, Glower again. Man, he's spamming those today. 100-ton swing. Okay, that's gonna be the big one. So as you can see, the healer as well as the Dragoon got completely destroyed. So, let's restart. It's unusual to actually wipe here, but it's been known to happen. But then again, losing half the party at once, that's not nice. Odd. The healer is saying that she's not used to having the party stand so close to the guy, but with melee people, well, don't have much choice now, do they? Saying it's the first time in a while that she has actually run that with an all-melee party. Okay, protect. Okay. Let's do this. Frankly, she's not the only one for whom it has been a while. Me too, and I've been usually doing that on DPS, so... suppose that's to be expected. Okay, big swing. Get away. Followed by Glower immediately. That's mean. Funny how this move is so easy to avoid for melee one, whereas the other one is actually fairly difficult for melee to avoid. Ouchies! Alrighty! Which way was it? That way? No, that way. Alrighty! I think we can take this. Now. Keep your britches under control, especially with that ghost. Was basically just me saying it. Nah, screw it. I'll just aggro everything. Good thing the healer was on point this time around. Alrighty. Not even sure why I went that way. I basically had no idea where to go. That's kind of the problem. When you're not used to doing those dungeons as tanks, well, these things happen. Okay, let's go. The thing is, it's not nearly the encounters that are particularly hard. Most of them are all the same as tank, but it's mostly finding your way around. Righty. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, we got a bunch of seedlings as well as a bunch of fruits. Can I get them here without triggering them? Looks like it. Yeah, I misjudged that one. I didn't expect them to actually go for the other group. Hey you, get back here. Huh? What are you doing? Good thing I react quickly enough. But let's get those things. It's free XP after all. Alrighty. Let us be on our way then. I think it's that away. I kind of feel like using Total Eclipse here is actually a little more efficient. Maybe I should use that more often. Especially when I'm not fighting one particularly big beastie. Alrighty, last boss. Now this one isn't particularly more difficult, it's basically exactly the same as the previous one, except that you pick up the fruit at 3 stack. Also, you'll be spawning a few of those Morbol seedlings around by doing a particular move, so it's something that you'll need to pay attention to. But overall, not too much to worry about here. Just watch out for the bad breath and you'll be fine. So Berberos, this is gonna add a stack to everybody. Hooked Burrs will do so as well. So soon healer should consider taking a fruit if he hasn't already. Oh, healer's unlucky, huh? Okay, he's moving. I should probably get that fruit. Now then, you'll get a bunch of fruit around here. So basically, just slay them as quickly as possible. And smooth sailing from there. Aside the fact from that everybody got squished. And that healer deserves a commie. I'm taking him at 2 stack, but you can handle 3 stack if you're careful. I'm gonna try to move him on this side. That will make the bad breath a little more manageable. But unfortunately he decided to actually sow more of those seeds, so... Alrighty! And that's a wrap, people! Props to the rogue for actually remembering to limit break. That is it. Bye-bye. Let's come in the healer. And take that thing. And we are done. 2 commendation. Not bad, considering how the run went. Now then, back to Limsa to have a look at those cutscenes. Afterward, we'll deal with Greg Abrant in Record Keeper, and that'll be that. Heh, gold spammers. It's nice that they've squished him enough. Now they basically just stand in low-level zones to spam those. Few people still laying around there after a few expansions, and it's too much work for gold sellers to actually level them up to those places. Yeah. Anywho. Let's have a look. Aurum Vale. And I need to get my thumbnail too. Lovely, huh? Also funny how all of the bosses had some kind of reference to money. That's neat. Like coin counter and whatnot in the Miser's something. So let's have a look at that giant gaping maw, eh? Hehe. Nice. I love Morbols. Except when they wipe the party in one swoop. Aww. Poor thing. Duty complete! Aha! Alright, now just give me a second swap. Get so much weird notifications when I'm actually reopening my phone after a while. Usually I have to restart the app entirely. But that's besides the point. So, let's assemble this. Of late I've been thinking of actually running Onion Knight with a tornado now. Okay, everything seems to be in order, let's do this. Of course I want my Divine Veil Grimoire. Tough to beat things at around 200 of difficulties without wall. Note to self, add Dr. Mog to the standby screen. Okay, better. Okay, so we're gonna need to dispel that guy. Bards can do that. She's gonna do this. You attack while Alphino does Aether Pack. Feebling Jitterbug to reduce his attack and magic. Not that he does a lot of magic anyway. I always find it strange to when I notice that this guy actually fights with 2 weapons. Circle of Judgment. He also takes quite a lot of damage, probably due to the fact that during the fight he actually gets back to full HP. Ultimate Sentence. Wow. Onion Knight is wiping the floor with that guy. Sentence. Renew, back to full health. Which is unfortunate because I should have dispelled him. Well, no matter. Ultimate Circle of Judgment. Everybody is blind. Poor Barts. Yep, poor Barts indeed. Okay, we might use a magic album now. Sounds like a good time. It'd probably have been a better idea to have him summon the Magicite now that I think about it. Oh well, no matter. Ultimate Innocence. Meltdown, whoosh. Oh, double cast, sweet. And summon Tiamat. Apocalypse Innocence. Neat. After those two casts, this guy is toast. That's the end of that. That was a neat animation. And that's it, just like that. These events have gotten easier. We had the 4 Black Knight who were really difficult recently, but other stuff I've seen, even the Dissidia one, which is usually difficult, well, these were no problem. Oh well, it is true that I've powered up quite a bit and they haven't put that many difficult bosses of late. Only the 5-star Magicites. It's always the Magicites, is it? But anywho, I'm afraid that's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you're seeing, maybe follow the stream. Maybe leave a comment if you're on YouTube. And that was the Great Pumpkin. You all have a pleasant time now. Bye bye!